MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And a good Monday morning to everyone, as the sun is not shining, nor is it going to shine.
But the wind is blowing, and it's like you can sense the rain moving right on in.
And it is a big sense. We do have some severe weather in our neck of the woods. It is on the way. We have just been upgraded. We've been at a level 1 all day, or for the last 2 days, and we just got upgraded just a moment ago. Let's go to radar and take a look at this so everybody understands what I mean when I say upgraded to a level 2 today. As we pull up radar, we were just in this green area here through East Mississippi, and a few moments ago, the National Weather Service upgraded this to a level 2, which means the threat of severe weather is a little bit higher. And if you'll notice with this yellow outgrain, all of this weather is what will come through here later today as we look at this. Now, this goes all the way down to Wayne County, the northern portion of that. Let's turn on location so you kind of see where things are headed there. As we look at this, this will be right across where Wayne Academy is the line, taking in Jones Junior College and going on across through Smith County. As we look at this, all of this area here in our immediate area is under this, all the way up through the state. Up here, here's Tupelo in this area. Right there is the line. Goodness. Now, let's turn this off and see where the rain is at the moment, where you can actually see if I turn this off. This will be better to visualize what's going on. Now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning at Mississippi State right now. These storms are moving across, and it's really, really heavy there all across the campus. As we look at this storm, it's going to be making its way toward Columbus, and we'll be in Columbus in 15 minutes. So if you're north of us, around that area.
My daughter's up there.
Ooh, yeah, better send her a text. Say, be careful.
Check on Dylan.
Yeah. He's still asleep. I've tried to wake him up this time of day.
He needs that alarm on his phone that's that sounds like the big fire alarm.
Your daddy may need you later is the message.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So that's what we've got in weather today as we look at this. Now, closer to home, we are showing some light showers in Jackson, Mississippi. If you're headed west toward Jackson, a little light rain there. Nothing too serious, but it's out there north of Vicksburg as well. So we look at that. Boy. Y'all be ready for it. We'll go live should the weather turn bad at any point in time.
Yes.
Now, and I guess we ought to address one of the biggest things that happened in Meridian, Mississippi over the weekend, and that would be murder. And we've added another one. We're somewhere, and I don't have the exact number in front of me, 17 to 18 murders this year in Meridian, Mississippi.
That is crazy.
There's absolutely no sense in that. And let's pull this up so you can look at where this happened. This was just about a little after 7, and I sort of got behind on it because I went down to watch Jellystone, and I was all up in some Jellystone, and it was getting serious, and I keep hearing my phone dinging.
Jellystone?
Yeah, Yellowstone.
I was like,
you don't call it Jellystone?
No.
But I was watching that, and the next thing you know, we've had a murder. And let's look at this. Serious matter as we look at this. This is where it happened. If you're coming into Meridian, you pass the Coca-Cola bottling plant. You go up to the red light there where you can turn left to go toward the mall or go straight toward downtown Meridian. And this is going to be directly across from where Bowers Auto and the Honda dealership is. There's a housing complex back there. And this is where this happened last night. Just around 7 p.m., shots rang out. We have little information other than we know that it's a male. He was transported in a car to the hospital, and once he made it to the hospital, he died of the gunshot wound. I'm assuming, and this is an assumption, that it was to the chest. That's what it sounded like. I don't know that for sure. They have not released that information or the name or age or anything like that.
It's just awful, though. I mean, it's just so common now. I mean, it's like every day you hear of either gunshots fired or somebody, shot at and hit and killed. I mean, it's just awful.
Now, my apologies. I had a malfunction last night as we interviewed the Meridian Police Department. It was really hard to hear, and it doesn't matter what you spend on something. I have found out that software can sometimes cause an issue. And I think I had a software issue last night go awry, and we're going to try to fix that today to where in the future when we have issues that come up, you'll be able to hear better. My apologies on that. But a big thank you to the Meridian Police Department, Michelle Luber, for joining us and telling us what she knew at the moment there with officers that were on the scene. And I can't imagine of being an officer or EMS that turn up to these scenes and have to deal with this?
I mean, it's bad enough that you have to deal with the horrific scene when you get there, but then also, I mean, you got to kind of think about how they put themselves in harm's way, you know, by going to these areas too.
Now, it was not over after that. There were still reports of shots fired in that same exact area within an hour of that incident happening. Now, no one else was hit or harmed, but there were reports of, hey, I still hear gunfire. But no one else was hurt, thank goodness.
Yeah.
So we're very thankful for that. And Candace, we're going to put her on bull duty. And what do you mean by bull duty? This has happened. Y'all, I'm serious about this. About 3 nights in a row, I've gotten texts of, hey, I'm in Causeyville, and there's a big old bull staring at me in the middle of the highway.
Are you serious?
3 nights in a row. It must be love in the first degree because he's breaking the fence every night. He's seeing this chick on the pasture on the other side of the road that looks hotter than his cows.
He's sneaking out, or is he just out and hiding and they can't find him?
He's just right out in the middle of the road going, what you going to do about it?
Well, be extra careful if you're going through that area.
But Farmer Brown has showed up 3 nights in a row to catch him back again. So if you see that, just beware. He is on the prowl in that area.
Be careful driving. That would be awful.
Also, yeah.
Get something like that in the road.
Vimville, Causeyville Road last night. I don't know all the details, but I did get some text messages of, hey, there's been an accident. There were injuries involved on Causeyville right at Rob Sims Road at that intersection. As we pulled this up, we can see this. This is where the crash happened. I don't know in the end what happened other than the wreck happened last night and some folks were hurt. And we certainly hope it wasn't too serious.
Right.
But if you stumbled upon that, I hope everybody was okay.
Yes, we do.
Oh, let's see. Yesterday, going to church, have mercy. There on 493, we had a backup in traffic, a 1-car accident right there at Oak Hills Church coming into Meridian. On the hill. Beautiful church, by the way. But someone had had an argument with the guardrail there. It won.
These curves are bad. You know, they're bad news if you going a little too fast or the roads are slick, which yesterday the roads weren't slick, but who knows what caused
Today, they will be.
Yes, they will. So be extra careful because when we hadn't had rain in a little while and then you have rain, road just, I don't know if they're coated with oil from the car. I don't know what it is. But
everybody with these cars that leak motor oil.
Yep.
You know the people that you pull up in the parking spot and you step out in your new shoes and you get motor oil all over them. You go, huh.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does happen.
To everybody. So be careful in those areas. We've got special guests coming up that we're going to be introducing you to. There's another play in Meridian at the Meridian Little Theater that's going to kick off.
Yes, it is. Can't wait to listen.
We were talking about this, and it depends upon what side of the county you're from or what state you're from. Arkansas, it's going to be Merkel. And then in other parts, it's Miracle on 34th Street, but it depends upon where you're from.
Oh, yeah. A miracle.
It's like going to Walmart.
I think that's going to be a good one, though, and it's around Christmas time, so get everybody in the good spirit.
And if that ain't enough, y'all hang close. We're going to find out what to do with dynamite that you might stumble upon in Grandpa's shed. Or maybe you had it hid and forgot you had it. But what do you do when there's dynamite up on the premises? We got the experts here. Greg's going to be telling us who to call, what to do, and how to back away from it.
Yeah.
That's what I'd do.
You know, in this time of burning leaves, I would imagine that's one thing you don't do around it.
No. I watched Charles Ingalls one time have to deal with that.
Goodness.
Everybody watched Little House on Prairie. Y'all don't act like you didn't because it was good.
Oh, we watched it all the time.
I like me some Charles. And then, of course, when we only had that second channel, we were all hooked on the Waltons, and you watched it whether you liked it or not. But that really seemed good because you'd just gotten over watching Lawrence Welk, and you thought, boy, this sure is good.
I know. But back in the day, you know, when cartoons, you can pretty much turn anything on now, and it's got cartoons on it. We only had, like, Saturday morning, you had to get up really early to watch them. So, or you missed them.
Oh, Scooby-Doo was really the best. We did also have a fire reported last night as we go to Clark County Hot Topics there in Quitman. As the fire department ran out, there was a stove fire.
Okay.
And it was put out. Everything, as you can see there in the background, ended up okay. But, boy, you want to talk about some clothes this morning that are going to smell kind of stout?
Thank goodness they got it put out, though, and it wasn't a total loss of their home.
And we talk about things this morning. Let me show you this clip. I just posted this just a moment ago from, this is going to be north of Nashville, Gallatin, Tennessee, is due east of there.
Now, we do have wind today.
Yes.
But it's not, I don't think it's to this extent.
Look at that.
Yeah.
They were getting ready to load the school bus before school this morning and slam through a camper into the school bus.
I don't see how just regular wind could cause that. I mean, I would think that would have to be like tornadic activity.
It's strong. A straight line winds is what it is, and it gets up under something and goes to picking it up.
But the campers, they're fairly light. You know, they're not super heavy objects. So you would think they would be, but they're not.
It tossing things around, won't it?
Yeah, I've seen people like pulling them down the road, and the wind catch them, and it kind of pulls their vehicle, you know, because, you know, oh, this is at my house.
Elf on a Shelf is still continuing as it jumps all over Candace's house as we go to our latest picture of what Santa and the elf have been hanging out.
It's kind of a fuzzy, like little fuzzy picture, but he has Starburst in his hands because he got in our candy jar. Yeah, there was candy all over my I told my son, I said, you're going to have to have a talk with Tiny. You know,
Tiny's
he's making
eating
messes in the house. You know, I can't stand
so that's a look at what's going on there. Otherwise, do you have a pretty good weekend?
Pretty good, yeah. We went to a birthday party yesterday. My little boy did, and so at the skating rink. That was I did not get on skates, though. I have not been on skates in a long, long time, so I didn't want to go to the emergency room, and that probably would have been a
let me go ahead and
thing.
Ask this, because this has become a new trend that I hadn't quite caught on to just yet. But you go to a birthday party, and you're supposed to, in our day, you took a gift to the person who was having a birthday. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, you get a gift for going to the birthday party.
I didn't get a gift.
You didn't?
No. No, they give goodie bags a lot of times. They'll give like a little candy bag sometimes or something like that at some parties. But no, I don't. Of course, you know, nowadays they give gifts for when you have a baby. It's called a push gift or something. Have you ever heard of that? That's crazy. I never got a gift. I mean, my child was my gift. So not being pregnant anymore was my gift, you know.
Lord have mercy. Mm-hmm. Oh, and one final thing. We did have a car chase over the weekend. And yes, we still got some athletes in the Meridian Police Department. The only problem is if they're riding along, there's two of them in there, and they go two separate directions. Well, he caught the one. As we look at what happened this weekend, the car chase ended at Grandview and 31st Avenue. Again, this started around 26th Street near 35th Avenue. They had radar set up. He comes by speeding and decides, hey, I'm not going to stop for the police today. And then boogie there. There it began. And it came to a stop. They jumped out of the car and ran. One suspect did get away. One was caught. Formal charges underway. And then also, let's talk about not leaving your car keys. Boy, oh boy, we had another car stolen. It has been recovered. This was a F-250 on the 4500 block of 9th Avenue over the weekend. 4-inch lift, couldn't hardly miss it. It was recovered the next day down by GameStop on South Frontage Road, underneath the bridge over there in that division there. A juvenile has been arrested for possession. He was not charged with taking it, so it means that most likely somebody else took it and he was driving it.
Yeah. Don't leave your keys in your car. That would be a smart move.
My dog's at it again, up in the studio with us, sprawled out in the floor with all four legs up in the air. Just no other way to say it. So that's what's going on in the studio here at Southern American Media. All right, let's take a moment to talk about our friends that we've got out at Snowden & Company. If you're looking for a home, this is the closest people you need to get up against.
Yes.
Because they can help you. Now, they've got some star sellers here. We got 3 of them that was chosen by the Meridian Star Choice Award winners. That's good. Leslie, Amanda, and also Donna. Been there a long time.
Yeah, we personally dealt with Donna. She's great. I'm sure they all are. But they get back to you when you call them. You know, they're not like some people that never call you back, but they'll get right back with you.
I hear Donna makes a mean pound cake and has been giving away one of those to anybody buys a house this month.
Oh, really?
That's what I hear. Just saying. For your dream home, see them today. Let them tell you more about this. You can visit them online at snowdenrealestate.com. They'll take quality professional photos of your home, like here's one in the Scuba area. Here's another one. Anywhere from Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark, even into the Jackson, Mississippi area. All those Madison, Forest, if you're looking for a home, let them show you the homes that are out there and available. Different sceneries. If you need a pond, they can locate a home like that. Maybe you're looking for some land in a double wide. they also have that. Now, they'll take care of you Monday through Friday till 5 p.m., and then by appointment on Saturday. On Sunday, they're going to be closed to head off to church like everyone else. See them. Find out why so many people use Snowden & Company Real Estate. Great folks. See them today.
Every day, there are thousands of vehicles on the road that are company-owned fleet, truck, SUV, and vans. Every year, there are thousands of accidents that involve these company-owned vehicles. A company-owned vehicle accident is not just another accident. These accidents become a responsibility of not only the company driver, but also their employer.
Commercial vehicle accidents are difficult cases. I'm your Mississippi Attorney, Richard Schwartz. If you've been injured in an accident that involved a commercially owned vehicle, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back. We're going to talk more about cows with that dynamite in a minute.
Yes.
You know, all this does really and truly remind me of the episode of Andy when the goat ate the dynamite and they had to do something
Oh,
with it.
yeah.
What
My
happens?
son loved that. He loved that episode. I mean, he would watch it over and over, but
We've got our special guest, as we said. Meridian Little Theater is going to have one of those touching little plays that, well, you can't beat it. And our special guest this morning is Rachel and Caleb. Now, I understand that y'all are brother and sister, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So how long y'all been that way? Forever or just last week?
As long as I can remember. Possibly too long. I don't know.
That's a good one. We're 10 years apart.
Who's the oldest? And I shouldn't have said that, should I? I can see the
And he's
look
a
in
good
her.
bit older, too.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we're a decade apart.
There's a generational divide, for sure.
Just a little bit. She has TikTok, I don't.
So she got everything used from you, like the car, the hand-me-downs, and things of that nature.
I think it's kind of the other way around.
Oh.
I think they figured out, mom and dad figured out what to get right.
He was
with
the
me,
test
and
pilot.
then- right.
Then
So
she got the new car, and you felt cheated.
Right. She reaped the benefits of like what came after me. So.
Well, we're going to learn about this today, and I appreciate y'all coming in. And
Yes.
let's get mom and daddy straight here, where they got to get you something nice.
Yeah.
Now, the big play that is coming up, and let's show this for everybody. It's the 89th season.
Yes, sir.
goodness.
Wow, that's a heap of them.
Yeah.
Miracle on 34th Street, and today is the 6th, so this means y'all are getting ready to start.
Oh yes, sir.
sir.
We're down
Tell
far.
us more about it.
It's what's a good way to explain it? So you have half of it is your typical Christmas show, you know, about belief, snow, presents, and then half of it is a procedural drama about proving that Santa Claus is Santa Claus. So it's kind of got everything you want in it, you know. It's really
Yeah.
really good.
It's like A Time to Kill mixed with Elf.
Well, there
That's
you
actually
go.
really good. A really good analogy. Yeah.
It's for everyone.
It just depends on what you need. If you're not a huge Christmas person, maybe you like
you like
courtroom
law.
dramas. Like, hey, if that's your thing, come check it out.
I'm going to ask you for a spoiler alert. Do they arrest Santa in this?
Is it arresting?
I wouldn't say it's an arrest, but it's something along the lines.
His freedom is definitely in question.
Yes.
There you go. Now, tell us when the play begins and a little bit about it. Who's going to be playing the main parts and how do we get tickets and all that good stuff?
So the play starts the 9th, and from the 9th to the 11th, it's going to be at 7 o'clock. And then on the 12th, it's going to be a 2 o'clock matinee. And you can get tickets on the Meridian Little Theater website at meridianlittletheater.com, or you can call the box office, or you can buy tickets at the door starting an hour before the show.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I don't know how Debbie Alexander knows your parents, but she says that you have the best parents in the world. So I'm just
We
saying.
like them too.
They're
Debbie.
pretty
We really
great.
do.
Y'all are
I think we
after
appreciate them.
Christmas presents. I can see that, can't you?
Yeah.
Boy, have mercy.
We're making them look
But
so
this is,
good.
how much are tickets and are they still available? Is it sold out, that kind of thing? What do we got going on with that?
So the ticket prices vary whether or not you want, like, from kids to adults, and all that can be found online or when you get there at the door. The tickets are not sold out yet, but I hear they are going pretty fast. Christmas shows
Right.
in this town, from my experience at the theater, it's very very popular. That's where
Everybody's
that's where
wanting
they
to
get
a
it. It's a
Christmas
Christmas
spirit,
time.
and that's
Yeah.
what the show is for.
And they always pick such fun shows. And I will say, and I will say this, I did not, as a child, like Miracle on 34th Street. I think I saw it once.
And then you grew into this?
And from this show, watching this show made me like the story because it's such a fun show.
It's as far as the story and the writing and the script, it almost works better as a play.
Yeah.
Because there's so much room for just basically, I mean, everything with Christmas and with Christmas shows, everything's about the exaggeration. You exaggerate Christmas, you exaggerate Christmas spirit, and in this show you also exaggerate the humor. So the space we play with allows for so much cool stuff, and the sets are gorgeous. Our set designers, man, they
did good.
Went all out. It's crazy.
I would buy tickets to see the sets.
That good, huh?
I'm a big set person. I love visually.
Shout out to our stage crew.
Yes, because they are.
Denise
insane.
said the way to word it is Santa was detained.
Yes.
Thank you, Denise. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate all the comments. If you're watching, would like to comment on this, throw yours up there. We'd love to hear from you as well this morning as you're watching from home and what we've got. So who is going to be playing the main part this year?
The lead is, I'm gonna have to give it to Simmons Davis, who plays Susan, the little girl. She is that kid. That kid is something. If there's a shining Christmas star in this show, it's definitely her. She's fantastic.
8 years old?
I think she's 6.
6?
She's younger than that, but talking to her, you think you're talking to an adult.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
Insanely talented, knows everyone's lines in the show.
If you forget them, she'll remind you.
She has them. You don't need a script.
Right,
she is ready.
She is the
for
script.
It.
And then
so
Tom
talented.
Fair, of course, who y'all may be familiar with, is Santa. He's fantastic. He's great. And then Andy Faith plays Doris, who is Susan's mother, played by Simmons. And then I play Fred Gailey, the lawyer who tries to prove that Santa Claus is real.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
right.
So
well, we can't thank y'all enough for coming in. And again, remind us the dates and where to get tickets.
So the dates are the 9th through the 12th, and you can get tickets on meridianlittletheater.com, or you can call the box office. The phone number is on the website, or you can buy them at the door an hour before the show.
All right. Well, thank y'all again. A big thank you to Rachel and Caleb Thagard for being a part of our show this morning.
Thank y'all so
Thanks
much.
for
Appreciate
having
y'all.
us.
Y'all have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too.
Again, tickets are there. Enjoy yourself. Get into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, it's going to be neat to watch.
Ho, ho, ho. I always wanted to say that on TV. I feel good about it.
Tom nails it.
So he does nail what he does that?
yes, sir.
There's just something about doing the holly jolly and rubbing your belly and doing it right.
Yes.
I've got some practice to do. Greg, come on, get yourself situated over there. We'll interview Greg here in a minute, as we said, coming up in a few moments to learn about what's going on with things that you find that you don't know that's dangerous. What do you do with them? So we'll find that out in a moment also.
Goodness.
That was a cute little picture there that I just got sent. As we look at crime across America, a couple of headlines I want to throw out there. What happens when you have a Christmas party and you got 100 people at your house?
Oh, goodness.
Well, sometimes the criminals break in and rob everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
Happened in California.
You would think out of 100 people, somebody could have, took charge. And
Well, it is California to where you're not allowed to carry protection.
I think I could pick up a weapon somewhere.
But that is, and it makes me wonder, is this a trend that we're getting ready to see across America as they...
Yeah, I mean, the thieves pretty much think that they run the country now.
Yeah.
They think they run the cities. They think they run the whole country. And a lot of times they're getting away with it, in some areas. So.
Have you ever heard of this company, lenderbetter.com? You want to talk about Scrooge? Let's just go ahead and call what it is of face value. They call a Zoom call with 900 employees over the weekend. And he says, if you are on this call, you no longer have a job.
That would have been a horrible, horrible
And then goes on to tell them that they're lazy and that's why they're losing their job. Scrooge delivered his message, and now they're out there. And they, during the live broadcast, you could hear in the background people calling him names, and I think that's about when they muted it.
Yeah, that would be awful, though. And how tacky is that?
Now, here's the guy that runs the company there. He's the one that delivered the message to all the employees. 900 folks at one time.
I would think his mailbox would be,
makes you
pretty
wonder,
full.
Is that the largest? Is that like a Guinness World Book of Records of firing at one time on a phone call?
Yeah.
By all means.
I know.
Not
a way to do it, for sure.
They would take a jet and fly in and call a staff meeting and tell you by then.
Well, you would think in this time of year that everybody would have a little bit of, compassion for people. I don't know. I mean,
3 weeks, wait till
right before
year.
Christmas. Everybody's trying to get kids presents and goodness.
A name that we often bring up, the word China, as Don would say. Keep in mind this. There looks like intelligence is showing that they're trying to build a warship base in the Atlantic. That's not good.
That is not good.
Not at all. That is going to be a superpower one day, and I think we all really know what's going on with that. Watch closely. These names are just not made up. These stories, these things are really happening, and they'll throw news stories nationally to keep you where your eyes don't see what's really going on, to keep you focused on something else.
Yeah.
Other things, they're calling her a bully, and I kind of believe this.
Yeah, I don't think she's getting along with people, very much lately. So
Kamala is who we're talking about, and she's had 4 top officials that work for her depart, and they're calling her a downright bully that doesn't know how to handle things. That says she'll show up for a meeting and didn't read the information that they gave them and blame other people because she didn't know and giggle.
Yeah, that laugh. I mean, what does she do that laugh for? I guess it's just a nervous thing. I don't know, but it's crazy. I mean, she doesn't really do anything. I mean, she kind of just takes up space, don't you think?
I think so, too.
There.
Maybe you're planning. I have never been there. I've always heard, you get on the ship and you take the trip down to Mexico, Cozumel, and those areas there. Beaches. Let's show you what beaches look like, because we've heard the Mexican cartel has gotten bad. Well, it's gotten so bad there that, they've had to break out cops to patrol the beaches, and this is what it looks like if you're on the beach there.
That would kind of ruin my beach vibe mood right there, if I had somebody patrolling in front of me on the beach.
Here's another shot of this.
Do you feel like it's more safe, or do you feel like kind of?
Yeah,
I don't know, like something's fixing to go down.
I'm not taking a vacation there anytime soon.
Me either. I'm not leaving and going out of the country anywhere.
What she means, she ain't going to Clark County.
No.
She's staying right here.
I'm going to stay in the western side since they got the bulls in the road. And the southern side.
Bulls everywhere. All right, as we talk about other things, you'll notice today, and just so that you're aware of what's going on, flags will be at half staff today.
Yes.
To honor Bob Dole, who ran for president, I think 3 times. He passed away at the age of 98, lived a very good life. He was a World War II veteran. He died in his sleep over the weekend. He never
98 years old. Goodness.
He never stood a real shot at winning the presidency, but
he lived a long life.
He sure did. Let's see here. As we look at this thing that's going on, and we bring up very briefly and quickly about this, the shooting that happened in Michigan. The parents, as we all know, went on the lam. They took out $4,000 out of their checking account, ran. They caught them 1 mile from the Canadian border.
It's crazy to me because, why would you do that unless you are guilty
of something?
Yeah. Why would you run? I mean, it looks like you would, if your child was put in jail for something that he did, which was horrible. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you pretty much left your child back, left him.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Would you tell me the actual charge is that the way they're going to word this?
Well, this morning I heard that they were facing 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. That they were going to be, facing those. So.
Now, also in the same county, another student has been arrested for threatening to go shoot up another school just a few miles away, but in the same county. So an arrest has been made there. Thank heavens that was stopped before anything happened.
Yeah. And that boy, the counselor, had him in there, and they said that he had a drawing, right?
Yep, blood and what he was going to do.
That should have been a real informative thing right there. They should have done something way beforehand.
Yeah, that is the headlines with all that this morning.
It's awful.
Let's say we're not going to jump into the interview yet, but I want to say hi to him as we welcome Greg in this morning. Greg, how in the world are you doing today?
Oh, man, just glad to be here. Beautiful morning. Waiting on some rain.
Waiting on a little rain there. Did you get any traffic coming in today?
Oh, yes, sir. Being from the south end of the county, I don't have the opportunity to go down North Hill Street that much.
Yeah.
At 7:30 in the morning. It is a nightmare. In the south part of the county, we just have cows in the road.
That's what I keep hearing.
Cars, but
your bucket of sweet feed and you clear out a road, can't you?
That's exactly right. But those Hyundais won't follow you.
That's right. Greg, hang close to us, and we're going to learn a few things that we're going to learn from you is about some fireworks and also some dynamite, things like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you keep some in your truck just in case you need it?
Oh, well, you never know. And with that traffic, you might need some.
Coming up, we'll talk with Greg more and find out more about what's going on in his world and what to do if you encounter some of this. You got to get rid of it. You don't know what to do. Well, they do know what to do. All that's up and coming here in just a moment with Scotty Ray Candace. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings. Idaho potatoes, a 5-pound bag, $2.99. Fresh blueberries, $2.99. Heinz Easy Squeeze ketchup, 32-ounce, $3.79. Piggly Wiggly self-rising or plain flour, a 5-pound bag, only $1.99. Piggly Wiggly cornmeal, a 5-pound bag, only $2.39. And twin pack Boston Butt, only $1.49 a pound.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. And we'd like to welcome Rockhouse Gun and Pawn as a new sponsor here to the program. Thank y'all so much.
Yes.
Find a little bit of everything up in there.
I know. My son-in-law works there.
Yeah.
He does. He'll help you out.
Sure will. So go by and see him today. Especially, I got me some ammo Friday. I was getting low again. Can't never have too much.
They have a little bit of everything.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
As we mentioned a moment ago, and we'll come up with this moment in history in just a moment here. But I wanted to ask Greg a few questions here as he joins us to talk about things that, when this was brought up to me about dynamite, I thought surely there's no way that nobody's got dynamite that they didn't know about. But that's not the case, is it?
You got to remember how fast times change or whatever, but 50 years ago, you could buy dynamite at the feed and seed store. I mean, most farmers kept it on hand. A lot of people didn't have heavy equipment, so if they was clearing a field, they removed it, used it to remove stumps and stuff like that. So everybody's grandpa and grandma just about had some dynamite somewhere. It was just a tool.
You always saw it in the Josie Well movies.
Yeah, would they use that like on beaver dams and stuff too?
Blow up beaver dams. Anytime, if it's hard digging to bust rock, when they're moving dirt. I mean, it was a lot more common years ago than nowadays. But back in the day, about every farm had dynamite, and you could. It was readily available anywhere.
So, all right, say I'm Farmer Brown, or maybe I'm Joe, and I just inherited my grandparents' farm, and I stumble up on this. What do I do? Who do I call? And what is done?
Well, and that's what we're running into in emergency management. And this is part of the job I honestly had never expected that it would happen as much as it does. But as people, they die out and they leave their farm, they leave their old home places, and you got a lot of people wanting to move out of the cities. They're buying these places. They got an old shed, they've got an old barn, they've got a utility room, and there's dynamite. Well, over time, dynamite breaks down and it will start to leak. And as you know, Mississippi weather, we're 80 degrees one day and we're 30 degrees the next. Dynamite doesn't like heat. It will actually sweat. And then as the nitroglycerin comes out, it'll crystallize. So it kind of looks like, when they'll open an old toolbox or an old wooden box, usually in a barn. And, the last one, I think, it was in an old file cabinet drawer.
Ooh.
Well, it kind of looks like rock salt, maybe, even mold, or you've ever opened a freezer and seen something freezer burnt?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of the appearance. Well, it gets very unstable. Dynamite doesn't like heat. It doesn't like friction and shock, dropping, throwing, whatever. It's really safe, technically, when it's kept in a climate-controlled area. But, over time, rodents eat the paper. And it's a very dangerous situation.
Pull that mic just a little bit closer to you there where we can hear you a tad bit better. Look at that. I bet you we can hear you real good now. So after you discover, what number do they call? Emergency management?
You need to call your local sheriff's department, dispatch. I'm not going to say 911, but if you got the number to the local dispatch, or you can call emergency management. And what we do is we pass that information on and have the bomb squad will usually come out of Jackson.
Lord have mercy.
And we have, in the last year, we've probably had 3 or 4 disposals here in Lauderdale County of people, just like you say. One guy was cleaning out a shed. His grandfather had passed away, and it was in the bottom of a toolbox. And we assisted the Jackson Bomb Squad with disposal.
I joked earlier about people burning leaves and burning stuff in their yard and stuff, but I think it would pay to know if you were in an area you weren't used to, or if you were, it'd pay to know what was in your shed. Like, what if you got too close to it? That would be
Don't burn
horrible.
your shed without knowing what's in there.
I don't mean burning a shed, but things get out of hand sometimes.
That's right.
Or like if you were in a home, it would pay to know. Like a lot of people do, like the gun reloading in their homes. I think we talked about that the other day. Just stuff like that. It's scary when you mess with things like that and you don't really know.
And stuff like that, you need to let your fire department, your local fire department, you don't have to tell them all of your business, but they need to know if you have reloading supplies or ammo store. Because you think about if you have a kitchen fire and on the back side of your kitchen wall is your man cave.
Right.
Your firefighters are in there fighting fire, and then you have all this black powder stored. It's a good thing to kind of let somebody know what you've got. You know.
Yeah, and what this crossed my mind as Candace was talking about that. What if you got a shed that's fall down? Is it best just throw a match in it and not know what's in there?
No.
Well, no.
Well,
like that would be like what if you did have dynamite in it? That'd be an explosion.
Well, what I have seen, the dynamite that we have dealt with, what I've seen them do is they come over and they take like a pump-up sprayer and they saturate it with diesel fuel. Because now think about it, now you think of diesel fuel, oh my God, combustible, but it's hard really to get diesel to burn.
It is.
You can basically put a match out with diesel fuel, but the oil in the diesel fuel soaks into that crystallized nitroglycerin, and it keeps the friction that we were talking about. It breaks it, and they will just keep spraying it for like 2 hours and let it soak, and then we carefully move it and set it on fire. And the 3 or 4 or 5 that I've been to, there was no boom. It was just like a bot. Now, I'm not recommending anybody try this on their own.
Let the professionals
do it. And we're not a professional, but we have been blessed enough to watch it. But
what is the difference in? And there might not be. I don't know what the difference is, but tannerite and dynamite. What is there differences?
Different chemical compounds.
Okay.
Different chemical.
Because I know when people blow that stuff up, it sounds like it's
right.
Pretty stout.
And I don't know the long range. The problem with the dynamite is the age as it breaks down. Now I don't know the long range with tannerite, but tannerite it takes a good bit to detonate tannerite.
Yeah.
Since you're on that subject, Christmas is right around the corner, which means people start lighting them in the backyard, throwing fireworks as we head toward New Year's. What is some firework safety here that we kind of need to, because you've dealt with this a lot.
Oh, yeah. Firework safety. Every product has got a warning label and an instruction label on it. Read, and I tell everyone, read and follow the instructions. I've been dealing with fireworks. It'll be 25 years that I've been dealing with fireworks.
Right.
If you will read, it's like everything else, though, Scotty Ray. Common sense. There's nothing unsafe about them if you read and follow the instructions. It's good family fun, but don't go buy a kid a grocery sack full of fireworks and pat them on the head and say, y'all go outside and play.
Yeah.
You know, it can be a lot of fun. You can start family traditions when you read and follow the instructions. Never try to relight something.
That was my next question there.
Yeah.
Always have a water source handy. I mean, that's the main thing. A water hose, a bucket of water.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah,
Send her over.
We shoot ours over the pond.
Right. Oh, and that's something else.
Yeah.
Overhead obstruction. And you'd be surprised that people, don't get out under grandma's pecan tree and light something.
Right.
I mean, it's got, or power lines or any kind of overhead obstruction. Have enough room to shoot your fireworks.
Let's see, we had that instance, where you put it in the Coke bottle and the Coke bottle fell over and everybody had to run from the house.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yeah. I had a near-death experience.
near death.
I thought it was. It scared me to death. Something shot the wrong way and just barely missed me.
It
like
was
around
spooky.
4th of July.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't involved in that.
I think I was standing up the driveway from my husband and my little boy. But yeah, it can be scary. I think we used to, push the limit back in the day and, have the bottle rocket wars. I don't recommend that. Not a good thing.
But, if you'll read and follow the instructions,
Yes.
and usually most accidents occur when people are not following the instructions or alcohol is involved.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like I say, it's a lot of fun for kids. Get out and spend some time with the kids and enjoy it. I mean, I've got some second, third generation people that I sell to, and it's just a tradition. Right. I mean, they're going to shoot fireworks, and I really didn't understand or didn't know people shoot them at Christmas. But I've got lots of people that shoot them as a tradition on Christmas night.
Now, and for the folks that don't know, you also have another business that you do. You sell fireworks. Tell us where that is.
For 25 years, I have had Greg's Fireworks.
Imagine the name. How'd you come up with that?
It was just off the cuff. It was just quick and easy, but that way I could remember it. We're located on Highway 145, 5 miles south of Meridian. We're in a heated and air-conditioned building. Again, like we were talking about the dynamite, fireworks will last as long as you keep them dry. That is so important. This is paper, cardboard, and sawdust. It needs to stay dry. So, yeah, we've been doing it, my wife and I, for 25 years, and we enjoy it.
So when do y'all open up? Or when does that come about?
December the 5th through January the 2nd, and June the 15th through July the 6th is the legal selling period in the state of Mississippi. And we're working to get that changed.
Right.
But as of right now, that is the legal selling period.
I mean, everybody has a birthday, and you want fireworks.
Well, nowadays we do the gender reveal. You do sparklers for weddings. And it's basically an old law that's been on the books since the 40s or 50s, and it needs to be revisited, and our legislature's actually doing that.
Because it's not against the law to shoot them any time of the year, right?
Unless you're in a municipality that has a ordinance, like the City of Meridian, you can't shoot. But no, in Lauderdale County, you can shoot 365 days a year.
So that should be changed.
Exactly. And
that law should be changed.
Another kicker is, from what I've been told, you can order them online, have them delivered to your house.
But you can't buy them local.
But me that's paying taxes on a permanent building and paying insurance and taxes, I can't open up.
That ain't right.
Now, and again, I didn't come on here to fuss about that, but I appreciate the opportunity.
No, but
I'm glad you pointed out.
Yeah,
because we're always talking about generating tax revenue and trying to help the old economy out. Well, I would love to be able to sell Labor Day and Memorial Day, but
how can we get that change? I mean, is there anything that somebody could do to help
put the pressure on our legislators? And they are working. I mean, I will say, that we've got some that are actually, they've tried.
Yeah.
But and I just tell everyone to shop local.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep your money in the community.
Because that is a thing, like weddings and stuff. I've seen a lot of people do fireworks displays at their weddings. So
a lot of
that's a year-round thing.
Memorials, a lot of people call wanting sky lanterns.
Yes.
They'll write notes on them. How do you tell someone, my grandparent died or our soldier? Well, I can't sell those to you. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of a gray area.
It is. Hang tight. We're coming back to you. We've got some more questions for you, Greg, as we talk about fireworks and everything going on. Yes. And I know you know this old boy. It's a good friend of all of us, Chet's Paint and Body. Well, if you want your car done right, as we have had the local deer dances a lot lately. They've been jumping on hoods, fenders.
And now we got the bulls in the race.
Yeah. If a bull has encountered your car,
that's right.
Call Chet.
You never know.
They'll put it back to the way it was. 737-2961. They want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. And thank you for your continued support and business right here in the Center Hill area. No matter where you live in the county, they'll take care of you. They'll process the work, take care of this, get it back to you in no time flat. Put it back the way it was originally. We're showing you pictures of the way things were before and after and how it looks, of the accidents that happened from these aluminum beds all the way up to fiberglass. They can handle that also. Front ends, rear ends, sides, it doesn't matter. Even if it's just a mirror that's been taken off, Chet can fix that for you. A paint booth that is unmatchable, it'll take it. You won't have any flaws in your paint. It will look as good or better than it did from the factory. See them. They'll process that insurance work for you. Won't cost a penny to have a quote done for it, and we'll get you lined up with a rental car. Mm-hmm. Right there, 737-2961, and a Merry Christmas from their family to yours.
I was returning from a visit with my family when my car was completely destroyed by a truck that ran a red light. I was unable to work and I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Let's take a trip down memory lane, see if any of this you remember. I doubt there's many folks around that were at the grand opening of this, but it was 1884 that the Washington Monument was completed today.
It's a pretty.
Yeah, it is, and there are people today complaining that they want the name changed. Just so that you'll know. They want to
change the name of everything.
Oh, have mercy. Makes me so mad thinking about it. 1900, I'm going to say this name, and you're not going to know her name, but when I show you her face, you're going to go, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Agnes Moorehead was born. And you go, who is that? Well, she had that big nose that she could just twinkle, twinkle, and there she was.
Now, was she Esmeralda?
That was it, the mom.
Was that her name in the show?
Yeah, in the show.
Because she had not evil, had a sister, remember?
Yeah, I don't know what that name was.
And I can't remember, but yeah, Esmeralda.
But well, as we all know, Samantha was smoking hot. Her mama wasn't as smoking hot as she was. Just, what was that over there? Oof. Elizabeth Montgomery was a pretty woman.
She was pretty. And my dad worked for the railroad one time. I think I'd mentioned this before, but she was on the Amtrak. And he got her autograph for me. That was a neat thing.
You better put that up. Can't get another one.
Well, I have no idea where it is.
Shame on you.
But I did get her autograph. It's somewhere in all my stuff.
1960, the number one song, and I don't care who you are, what gender of music, you've heard this before. Jonder, however you want to say that. The Wings of a Snow White Dove was the number one song with Ferlin Husky on this date back in 60. That's been 40, 60, 61 years.
Goodness.
Have mercy.
Time
also,
flies.
You would go home tonight in 1964 and sit down in a chair and flip on that black and white television and see this for the first time. And it would be played every year, and it still is. And we're talking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer premiered on this day.
I can remember watching that every year. That and then the Frosty the Snowman.
Yep. The Island of Misfit Toys. That used to bother me there about the little misfit toys there as a kid. I learned to get over it. I'm okay now. 1986, the number one song, and I still love this. I still play it in my truck. I don't know about you, but I do. George Strait was number one with It Ain't Cool to Be Crazy About You. Because she was probably a nag and you needed to get rid of her, and you just didn't want to say that in the song. Just saying. 1988, you would wake up and find that this gentleman died overnight. And he would be featured in a movie not long after that called Pretty Woman, kind of after the song.
Yeah.
Roy Orbison passed away. Only 52.
Goodness.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he wasn't a handsome fella.
Now, this was not from... Yeah.
I'm just, somebody had
He had
to
a
say
different
it.
look, He kept the hair color in business.
It's amazing what money
going.
will attract women to you. I'm telling you, a lot of your women, they have the hottest women you've ever seen.
He had kind of that, I don't know, mix
Scaly
between
look.
Beatles hairstyle and something else going on. But didn't he have a motorcycle accident or something one time?
No clue. The only song I know that he ever done was Pretty Woman.
Okay.
Because I didn't really get into that. He was odd.
Yeah, he was
to me.
He
Y'all
looked
might
a little
have loved
different.
him. Let's see. 2002, the number one song that you woke up to was Rascal Flatts. And the whole premise of this song, if you'll remember this, was he graduated high school. He's still in love with her. Doesn't get to see her, and he bumps into her at Thanksgiving. She's getting on an airplane, and she'd married some old rodeo boy, and he goes, that ain't your type. She asks him what he does, and, well, basically, he just thinks about her and misses her.
I wonder what has happened with the guy on the far right since his mugshot picture not too long ago. You know, he got in a little. Wasn't he drinking?
Yeah, he was drinking, got in all kinds of trouble. Got that Playboy wife that's been in every centerfold. I ain't starting rumors. That's true. Shame, shame, shame. 2011, you'll know this song. Remember Drift Away? Dobie Gray passed away on this date back in 2011.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Picture was stretched.
He and Roy might have been a little friends.
They could have been there.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, Dobie Gray. And that's kind of a trip down memory lane. Let's see. Greg, what was your favorite moment there of the history there?
Well, I kind of was amazed that Roy looked like Samantha's mother.
That's a good way to put it.
I think they had the same beautician.
Yeah, I do too.
I get lots of, and I do appreciate everybody that sends me messages, but I have to say, and I'm going to go into a lot of details of news events that happen in our area, but I got a inbox this weekend, and I'm not going to give details because I don't want to embarrass nobody, but it was funny. It said, hey, I just witnessed down at the No-Tell Motel a wife block in a husband because he was inside with somebody he shouldn't have, and she was yelling, where are my keys to my house?
Now, see, they need to make a Hallmark movie, a reality, like Hallmark movie from the South.
Oh, have mercy. That was funny. I giggled, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But I couldn't figure out how to put that into a news story.
Oh.
So I saved it.
Yeah. So we didn't read about him in the news, though.
Right. No, we didn't. We didn't.
That's a good thing.
But had she chunked a spoon or something, I'd have put it out there for y'all.
That's a good thing. One of those shootings wasn't at the No-Tell Motel.
That has happened.
Could have been.
Y'all remember that news story of that angry wife that time that waited on her husband to come out the No-Tell Motel, and she ran over him like 98 times and backed up over him and just kept doing it?
Goodness.
She went to prison over it, I hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shame, shame, shame. Greg, let me ask this. Out of all the things that you had to respond to, like we were talking about dynamite, what is the one thing that pops out in your head you go, yeah, that was kind of odd? What is the strangest thing you ever had to go do?
Oh, wow.
Was it like the Andy Griffith, the goat swallowing dynamite or something like that?
Well, we had a plane land in a green field one time and a man sitting in a shooting house that didn't see it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's real odd. How do you not see that?
That would be a shocker.
Have you never fallen asleep in a shooting house, Scotty Ray?
Well, maybe, but
you'd have noticed the airplane landing.
You wake up, you go, oh, that's odd.
Gee, I didn't realize that was there.
That's a pretty good one there.
One thing about with this job, you never know. Someone lost in the woods, someone, 18-wheeler wrecks.
Yeah.
You get called for all kinds of things, and you never know what to expect. You never know how long you're going to be gone. So you learn that they pick at me because I have food,
I don't
water,
blame you.
I have all the necessities.
You're prepared.
That's right. Right.
So what is the number one pick? Vienna sandwiches or potted meat? Unless you're good and you got you a cooler that you can just shove cheeseburgers down in that I know about.
I eat nabs.
Nabs?
Oh, yeah.
Peanut butter and
Peanut
crackers.
butter and crackers. Yes,
Yeah, that's a savior
right.
all the
That's
time.
exactly right.
But that is a good idea. Even during the winter, because you hear about people wrecking and run off the road and people don't see it, keep some food in your car.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, I have sugar issues anyway, so when you go off with Odie, you never know if or when you're coming back. You
better be prepared.
He has wonderful intentions.
Didn't I hear you singing that old Bellamy Brothers song coming up the stairs? What she needs a sugar daddy, diamond rings, and brand new caddy.
That's right.
Oh goodness!
But you always have to be prepared. But we have had some strange encounters. You get some strange calls.
I bet so. Hang tight. Don't go anywhere. We got some more questions coming up for you as we go visit our friends over at Maples One Stop Shop. Now, they've got convenience stores located scattered. Let me use that word, scattered across town this morning there. You'll find them there, the corner of North Hills there. They got all kinds of things inside there. If you need a quick drink, gasoline with great prices, they got that for you there with the cold coffee machine.
That's right. There's no excuse to not stop at one of them and save some money.
Right. Caramel, French, vanilla, mocha, and then if you got to have the hot stuff, there you go, the loyalty coffee program.
They do.
That means your 6 cup of coffee is free.
Who doesn't like free stuff?
Ooh, I know. I do. I'm all about it there.
I know.
A good, clean store, when you walk in, it's not going to be stuff all over the floor and nobody thought about a mop because theirs is extra. Look at that. They even got the little thing up there, so they mop.
That's
what they do. see them a cold drink, a moon pie, no matter what the case is, or lunch. A great price on that. You'll find all of this with bait and stuff. And, of course, if you want a lottery ticket, it could be you winning.
That's right.
They've got them. See them today, 4 locations, Bonita Chevron. You'll find that on 19 South, the Pine Springs Country Store at State Boulevard, or you can whip into the 493 Last Chance Tobacco or Broadmoor Chevron. A lot of locations. See them today. They'll take care of you.
I'm Janet from Jackson, Mississippi, and it took one call, that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. He got me $377,250.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
Okay, we got an update on Bewitched.
Endora was the name. I don't know, is that the mother's name? Who was Esmeralda?
That was the aunt. Wasn't it?
Okay.
The aunt was, yeah.
Was that the one that looked like her? But
No.
okay.
Because
that's a
Esmeralda would show up and turn Durwood into something else,
different- Okay.
I think.
Yeah, but I thought that's the one that looked like
I'm
the
confused
wife.
now.
You know what I'm saying? She looked like her with dark hair.
And she done stuff with the kinky 60 stuff.
But I guess she was a sister or something. I don't know. Maybe she was an aunt.
Do y'all remember when they brought George
been a
Washington back
while.
and he got arrested? Imagine what would happen to poor George nowadays if he got back. See, some other headlines that are in the news. The former Georgia district attorney is facing 5 years in prison now. She was the lady that the 3 guys called after they had shot Arbrey and said, what do we do? She held it off for 2 months before any arrests were made. She now faces jail time. That is a bad situation over there, and it's going to be worse before it's all said and done.
That is awful.
Let's see some other things. Boy, this is, and you almost see this whole picture played out here as you read the headline. Josh Duggar. Do y'all remember, what was the name of the show that he was on? 29 of us in one house?
All them children or something.
It was the Duggar family, 16 and counting or 17 and counting. I don't know. They had like tons of kids. I don't know how she's...
It's been 2 years or maybe a little bit more when he was arrested at the car lot that he either owned or worked at. And his wife had this fancy software that would let her know if he looked at something that he shouldn't. Well, he figured out how to backdoor that. Jurors last week got to sit down and they done a virtual tour of his computer and got to see exactly what he was looking at. And from all accounts that I've read, it is disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't see how this man could walk away from this and be not charged.
Let's back up and address the thing that if you have to have software to see if your husband is looking at something he's not supposed to be,
Hello.
That's a big red flag right there.
It could be.
You know.
This included infants.
Yeah, I mean, that's just sick.
7-year-old children.
That's sick. Even if he was my husband at the time, I mean, I don't see how she would even let him around their children. That's scary to me.
It is.
It's a sick person.
You know, what's the girl's name? And I always say her name wrong, that works for Joe and does all of his speaking for him?
Jen Psaki.
Jen Psaki says it's COVID that's causing people to steal things. All right, we've got the jar here, and let's dig in. We're going to give away from all the entries in the Battle of the Bucks for a free mount. Now, all you had to do was enter your deer. There it is, right there. Dig down in there. And we're going to pull out a free mount.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I might say this wrong. Dustin Ackerman from Clark County.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Big winner this week. Now, you get a free mount. Jay will be in touch with you. You're going to post your name in a moment. In the open division this week, the winner was Corey Rigdon, scoring 149.4.
All right.
Let's see here. Second place, Rich Jackson out of Clark County, 142.4. And then the youth division, Miss Olivia Rutledge takes home the winner. Is the winner, and her deer scored 134.4.
That's great.
Some big
Congratulations, y'all. That's good.
Yes.
But I'm gonna do this one more time. Dustin, if it's Ackerman or Ackerman, but Clark County. Congratulations.
He'll let you call him anything you want to at this point with a free deer.
A free mount, that is a big prize.
It is.
Those mounts are not cheap. So,
Greg, as we get ready to depart, everybody, we want to say thank you for dropping by and giving us some insights on things that happened.
Hey, I enjoyed it. I mean, you have a beautiful place here. I think y'all do a wonderful job.
Thank you. We enjoyed having you.
Whether y'all like us or not, we are coming back tomorrow to bug you one more time.
8 a.m. Don't miss it.
Join us, and again, we'll be here throughout the day with severe weather should that break out. And there is a threat. We're at a level 2 now. We'll watch it closely and monitor it and go live when the weather breaks out. We'll be here for you. Thank y'all for being a part of this.
Have a good day.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by